Hi friends, welcome back. This is Gwen from Gwen the Trash Witch, and I'm sharing with you part 2 of my junk journal madness, which this month for July was to do something to do with princesses or unicorns. I think there are a couple other choices. So I chose to do Snow White, and I'm doing it in my little altered little golden book. So this is where I'm at so far. I've sewn in all 4 signatures, and let me open up this just a little bit more. So let's go ahead and peek inside. Here we go. So, first of all, let me thank Susan. This is her collaboration. It's an open collab where anyone can join, and Susan's channel is I Totally Love It, and she'll be linked down below. And every month there is a co-host. And for this month, it's Jovi at Creating with Jovi. And she was the one that submitted the ideas for this month's Junk Journal Madness. And her channel will also be linked below. And also on Susan's page, I think, yes, I know for sure, she has a list of everyone participating. So you can go check out either through the hashtag or by going over to Susan's page to see all of the wonderful books and journals that were made for the month of July. So I'm still working on mine, but I think I've got the number of makes and materials already completed, but I'm not sure. I need to go back and check for sure. So here is my first page, and I had another little golden book that I'm just copying pages and using for my images. So this has a little tuck spot, and there's a little place in here where you can journal, but there's also part of the wording from the little golden book. This one was from, I believe it was later than the one that I'm building in. I think it was 2010 or so. So we see a more typical image for Snow White. And quite honestly, I like this one better. And the cover of this one looks like this. So just more what I think of when I see Snow White. I like the other one a whole bunch, but yeah, she just looks a little different, but that's good. I like everything about Snow White, so I'm not complaining. Okay, so this is our first one. Oh, and I added these little fun, I think they're like nail art flowers, but they were blue and looked like the ones on the page, so that was fun. Okay, when we turn the page, we have a journaling spot here, room for picture, and another part of the story. And here we have the evil queen, the stepmother, and she's on a journaling card here. She's not very happy. She's looking over her kingdom and is getting aware that Snow White, her stepdaughter, she's getting very angry and jealous of her. So on this card, I added some gathered ribbon there, did some sewing around the card. The back of this paper is black, so that'll have to be written on with like a chalk art pen, something that will write in white, which I thought would be kind of fun. Use some fun little trim here. This is the other half of that trim, and some rickrack down there. And for this page, we have the mirror, that part of the story where she goes to the mirror and asks what's going on with Snow White, who is the fairest in her kingdom. I had this really fun reflective paper, which I used here as a journaling tag in this little pocket, but also I used it here. I framed it and yeah, and made this an opening, a flip up, and there's more of the story. There is also, I use this as a pocket, so we have another place to journal, and that just slips right in here. There is glitter pen on the gold parts of the mirror and on her crown and on her jewels. Around the frame, I use the glitter pen, so it's all sparkly, and colored in some up here also. So this is our mirror on the wall page. And then this page, we have Snow White. She's back at home being asked to do all of the chores, and I like the stone wall here, so I took, I first inked this page in Salvage Patina, one of my favorite ink colors, and then stenciled. I had a brick stencil and stenciled over the Salvage Patina using Vintage Photo. So I really was happy with the way that came out. So I did it again on the journaling card. And then that wall piece can just slip underneath the copied page. For this page, I wanted to mimic her patches on her dress, so I made a corner tuck. It's just scrapbook paper, but I did take a black marker and went around, tried to make it look like the stitches here. And then I have this little tag that I showed you earlier in part 1, and it is sewn. It's just on cardstock. It's got that really cool netting that kind of looks like snow. So, and that's all inked with Vintage Photo also. So there's our little corner tuck for that tag. Then moving on, we have Snow White making this page. All I could think of was that song, and I won't sing it. Well, I can sing it. It is so high, but I was singing it when I was making this page. So we have her working and doing wash, and I did that as a horizontal belly band, and I was singing, so I put the notes there to remind us that she's singing and wishing for her prince to come. So this journaling card has the thought bubbles, and she is thinking about her prince. In the water, there is Wink Stella and Stickles, trying to make it look magical, as well in her dreams there. It's all sparkly and stickly. So that was fun. I think the stickles I use is unicorn stickles, so it's got kind of a holographic coloring. Lots of different colors are picked up. Okay, here is our evil queen again, and she is not happy because now the mirror is telling her that Snow White is the fairest. So this is a little flip out, and we've got room to journal here, more of the story. This is where she calls the huntsman to her, and I did make this a pocket, and I forgot to put something in it. So I'll be going back and making sure I've got everything the way I want it, but this will be a pocket for something to go in there. And again, I used the glitter pens and metallic gold markers on her dress and on her chair there, so she's all sparkly. Okay, so that's our little flip out. And then there goes Cinderella being banished into the woods. Back behind this journaling card, we do have the huntsman, as he tells her that he can't do it what the queen asks. So he tells her to run and get into the forest and be safe and never to come back. This page I inked with Vintage Photo, and then had a stencil of trees. Actually, it's inked with Salvage Patina and then stenciled with Vintage Photo for the trees. And we have this journaling card where she is running. I did sew around it, so it was kind of fun and added more of the story there. Okay, and over here it's very similar. This is our creepy forest. You can see the stenciling there. That was a fun stencil to use. And then again, I've sewn around this card. I was thinking of putting a piece down on the pocket here, and then maybe putting a little tag in it, but I kind of changed my mind. I just think this is so pretty. Wasn't sure if I really wanted to cover that up or not. So for right now, that's where it is. Did I skip a page back here? I did skip a page. So this is fabric, and this is fabric that I used for the inside of the cover, and then just a piece of scrap paper and trim. So again, nice journaling opportunity. I might put a pocket on here so I can put a journaling card there. Okay, this is where she finds the house of the 7 little guys that are in there working their mining business. And she finds this and she's quite sad, but the animals all come to her rescue and tell her it's going to be okay. This is the center of the signature. So I do have some jewels here. I thought this might look like some of the jewels that the miners are getting. There's a little bird charm on here and a little bird charm on here. Can you see the little blue bird? So I thought those were appropriate for the center of the signature one. There's Wink of Stella in all the windows. I used the gold. There is the clear Wink of Stella on the birds. I hope you're seeing some of that pretty glitter. And then I used the metallic gel pens, did some coloring on the different greenery, and used the green for the green, and then the gold I went around the windows and things. Then over here we have a little pocket. There's some of our forest animals that are coming to make sure she's okay. It is sewn around, and I just slit the paper there so that this card can be there. You can see them peeking out and watching her. And then when I when I glued on the back of this page, I did glue it on as a big giant pocket because this piece I made here is so large it wouldn't fit on the size of the pages here. So I did want to include it. It's got some stenciling on the back, and so you can see the journaling lines and the sewing. And this would be the same scene where the animals are all coming out to tell her that they welcome her and that she is safe. So I'll turn the page and you can see how this is just glued down as a pocket. So this can go back in here. Okay, this is the last page I'm going to share with you today. So this is, they're all coming home, and in the book it shows them crossing a log. So I took some of the log paper and kind of extended it and trimmed with it, and then just took a piece so this can be for journaling. And there's more of the story. The 7 men who lived in the cottage were heading home from the mine where they worked. And it's vintage photo that I have inked this with. So here they come home, and I wanted to add some of the jewels, but I guess they're all tucked safely in their little work bags. So, okay, this page I deliberated on whether to include. Some time back I was trying my hand at some sketching. I don't draw, I don't sketch, and then probably I made the mistake of doing colored pencils and trying to color them, which I think they actually looked better as a pencil sketch. So I thought, okay, this journal's for me. I'll go ahead and put in my silly little sketches of 2 of the little men. I think this one's Dopey, and I'm not sure, that might be Doc. Did some collaging of some fun colors here, added more of the wood that I used from this page to make these pages kind of blend and go together. So, okay, I think, is that where I left off? Yes, that's where I've left off. So I did want to share, I know July is quickly evaporating for us, and I did want to make sure y'all knew I didn't forget about my Snow White journal and Junk Journal Madness. So I wanted to get up today where it is still only the 30th and show you a part 2. Probably on Friday, I know that's the 1st, but I'll probably, I might come back on tomorrow with part 3, but I want to do a flip through Friday and just show you the whole book. So I might wait till Friday and just show you hopefully a completed book. Even though it's the 1st, I think that's okay. Is that okay, Susan? We'll see. I don't want to break any of the rules here, but I love Junk Journal Madness. It's always so much fun to participate in. And like I said, there is some really neat Altered Golden books, and Jovi did a sleeve from the movie, from the video, and that was really cool to see that altered. Yeah, really neat videos. So go check them out. And I appreciate you checking out mine. Thank you so much for your time. If you like what I've made here, I hope you'll come back and see part 3 and give me a like and a comment and all those good YouTube things that we appreciate so much. It means a lot to our channels, to my channel. Thank you very, very much. All right, friends, we will see you soon. Have a very good rest of your day or night whenever you're watching. Thank you again. Bye-bye.